Hello everyone. Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. I would like to welcome you to Tuesday. A very dreary day on the central coast of New South Wales in Australia today. We've had thunder and we don't think we had any lightning, but we've had thunder and rain the last 2 days. It's lightened up now, but pretty dreary couple of days. So perfect for me to be in my craft room creating, and that's what I've been doing this morning. I have been creating my card swaps for my team meeting on Sunday, and I'm going to show you how I made those in an upcoming video. So I've left 2 cards to be made in a video, so teasing you for upcoming things. But welcome. Please make sure that you say hi so I know you're here. Hey Roz, how are you? And if you're watching on the replay, whether you're on the YouTube replay or on the Facebook replay, I would love you to say hi, because I do try to reply to everyone in the replay, so you feel loved as well. Even though you're not here live, you feel the love as well. So today I have grabbed out a celebration item. It's kind of a celebration item. Well, it is a celebration item, but it's also an item in the mini catalogue, current mini catalogue. So you can either purchase it or you can earn it for free with a $90 order. And it is the Sweet Thoughts cards and envelopes. So I showed these in my most recent unboxing, and basically what you get are the Memories and More cards. So these are made to go with the 4x6 and 3x4 Memories and More cards. So they are called Sweet Thoughts as well. I don't have the cards, but the other cool thing that you get with it are these beautiful envelopes. Now these envelopes are printed, I'll show you, are printed all the way through. So I want to show you today how to cut these envelopes so that you can use this beautiful designer series paper. Now, I have already done one, and I have 2 usable pieces. This one I may need some help with, because this one, it has the gummed edge. It's the flap of the envelope. But I have 2 very usable pieces right here that we are going to use today. So tell me if you have the Sweet Thoughts. Even if you've only got the cards, hopefully we're using the same color palette, so I can give you some ideas. And that's where my brain was going earlier. I had this idea in my brain and I totally blanked on where I was going, but I've just pulled out the stamp set that I thought I could use with this paper. The other thing that I grabbed out are and I'm now having a complete brain freeze. Let me grab this up, and literally I just linked the video. But these are the hybrid embossing folder. So I cut and embossed these all at the same time. Oh, I didn't want to go there. All at the same time in a recent video, and that is linked below. Is that a heart that fell out? Oh, it is a heart. We might use that heart today. So it is the Thoughtful Moments. Hey Beryl, how are you? The Thoughtful Moments sentiments. So I thought, while I've got them sitting on my desk in my favorite dish that I can't use at the moment because they're sitting in there, we will get these made and we will make some really simple cards. So let me get this video up and make sure I'm muted so I don't hear myself in in stereo, because no one needs to hear themselves in stereo, let alone me in stereo, but that's okay. I'm sure there's everyone out there who hates their voice. Even though I do live videos, I'm still not a fan of my voice. So I'm going to flip around and I'm going to show you the Sweet Thoughts. I'm going to show you the extra celebration items, and I'm going to show you the Sweet Thoughts items that you can get to go along with these cards and envelopes. So did everyone have a good weekend? I had a bit of an unexpected weekend. I did have a class planned, and unfortunately my dear friends who were coming to class came down sick, so they didn't come to class, which I'm very thankful for. I did not need their lurgies. So I was able to get a nice jump onto a lot of projects for February, which kind of put me in a good position, because I did feel like I was getting a little bit, I was feeling a little bit behind with my February projects, and now I feel fantastic with them. So my live feed just dropped out, but hello Sarah, how are you? There we go. Are we back up and running? Yes, we are. Awesome. So I'm just going to turn off the light so we can get rid of all these shadows that everyone can see, and I shall be back in a sec. Now, I have left my craft room door open, so and Owen is gaming, so we may actually hear him a little bit if things get really exciting. I have no idea what he's currently playing, but we may hear all the fun and games, but that's okay. The fun of having teenage boys, or boys in general, or kids in general rather, that love gaming. Okay, so I've showed you the cards. So you get Calypso Coral and Pretty Peacock, and you can see, oh, my hands aren't as inky as what they were earlier. And you get this gorgeous envelope. So let's show you on my iPad here. On. Why? There we go. So what I wanted to show you, so this is the more to celebrate items. So these are the extra celebration items that came out, and we do have the cards and envelopes on there. So they are one of the level 1 items that you can redeem, and I thought they would be really, really good for simple cards. Hey Margine, you can also get some designer series paper. The Just Kidding is from the mini. The Thoughtfully Eclectic papers are actually a double set, so you get like 4 sheets of each paper, which is awesome. The 2 stamp sets, you get the Robot Buddies kit, which I haven't played with yet. Would you like me to play with the Robot Buddies kit on Thursday? Because I've got it, but I haven't opened it yet. So if you want me to play with that, please tell me in the comments, and I can open it and we can have a play on Thursday. And I got the new markers, so I now have all the markers. Hello, Miss Bev. So we're playing with the Sweet Thoughts, and what I wanted to show you was on the online store. So I'm just on the customer side of the online store, and I'm just going to put Sweet Thoughts into the search bar, and it should bring up it brings up everything sweet. So we get all the sweet sorbet things as well. Oh, so it comes up twice. This Memories and More card and envelope kit comes up twice. So the first time it comes up is to purchase, which is $1750 Australian, and it also comes up a second time as a celebration item. So if you've put in a $90 order, you can go in here and redeem it. I don't have a $90 order yet, but you can redeem it as a celebration item. So these are the cards that go with the cards and envelopes. So I am going to go through and show you. So you get you get 3 design sticker sheets, and you get 2 of each. So they're showing you some samples here using the product. So that is a nice cluster on one of the cards. That once again looks as though it's using one of the cards. That looks like it might be a box. That one is a scrapbook page. So they have used the amazing dies there and some of the stickers. So I love, love, love this paintbrush. I just haven't got this. Hey, Kay, how are you? So yes, it's gorgeous. I love it. I just haven't got it, but I'm really, really happy that I was able to redeem. And actually, I will go here, go back. I think I've gone back too far. No, I was really glad to get the cards and envelopes. So these are some of the things they've done with the cards and envelopes. That's that card from before, the box, and a really nice sympathy card. So that's some of the things that Stampin' Up have done with it. And we will endeavour to do some different things today. Okay, I'm just going to put my iPad away where it won't be in the way, because I have, if you were here earlier, I do have some projects on the hop. So I have this whole bag full of the cards and envelopes. So some of those we shall use today. Now, just to show you, do we have some? So we have 2 sets of envelopes. We have the Pretty Peacock version and we have the Calypso Coral version. Now, the paper on the inside is actually no different at all. It's just the printing on the actual outside of the envelope that is different. So let's cut up an envelope to create some designer series paper. So as I said, I have already done this. So what I'm aiming to get is a small piece, a large piece, which is the front of the envelope, and then the flap. So we've got gumming here along the flap. So if you guys can think of some things to do with the flap other than trimming it down, I would love to know. Now, how did you lose me, Ingrid? I'm not sure, because I can still see me. So maybe you might need to refresh. Okay, so let's get our trimmer, and I don't do anything with the envelope other than leave it as is. And what I want to do is cut down these joins. So we just want to take off a little slither to open up the sides. So it really is just a slither, and you can see I have opened up that side. Now I'm going to use the bottom here because it's the only way I can get a nice side, and I've just taken off a matching slither. So this opens up the whole envelope for us. So we still do have the score lines. So now I'm just going to go along and split it into the 3 sections, because we've got a nice straight edge here that we have just cut. Now I can see this score line And I just want to go a little bit, I don't want to go directly on the score line. I want the score line to be left on the flap. And then I'm going to take it along again and cut on one side of the score line. So we have our nice large piece. And I just want to go on this side of the score line, just because the score line is hard to work with. So once again, I've just taken off a sliver. So we are left with these connecting pieces. So I'm just going to flip it around and cut these off. So they're not exactly straight, but I have just cut them off. So let me go here, make sure that's there. Great. Now I could leave this, and what I might do, I'll just show you a comparison. So this one I have cut off the rounded edge, so I've made it a rectangle, but this one I might leave with the rounded edge, and we'll see if we can work with it. Can someone just give me a comment so I know you're still with me, please? So yes, I now have, these are my scraps, and I'm more than happy just to discard them because they will be a little bit hard for me to use. And we are left, I'm just going to pop this to the side because I will use it. So from 2 envelopes, I am left with 2 larger pieces and 2 smaller pieces. One, as I said, is squared off, and I have, yes, because the designer series paper is gorgeous and it is designed to go with the envelope, so why not use them? Oh, thank you, Beryl. Thank you, thank you. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Sorry, I just saw that Ingrid was having issues. So, yes, so tell me what to do with the flaps. Hello, Miss Monica Formosa. How are you? I'm just not sure whether to cut these down into strips and maybe use them on the inside of the card. But we'd have to square them off and lose a little bit. Actually, I might do that to one now, and I can show you what you're left with as such. So that is a straight edge. So I just want to take it to there. So we've got a little bit there. I'm just going to pop a little bin there. And now I want to eyeball my gummed bit and take it as close as possible as what I can. And I hit just the very corner or just in front of that gummed piece. So that's that piece gone. You could use them to decorate the envelope. I could, because they are just going into a standard envelope, and even though these won't fit into a standard envelope because these are the Memories and More cards and envelopes, but I do have the white ones that I can use. And the other thing that I can do is cut down these cards and use both sides as a card front. So that's the other thing I can do as well. So that does not look straight. Just let me check here. Well, that edge has the actual, it's sometimes very hard. No, that is not straight at all. So what I want to do, I just want to take off this edge because this has the fold from the envelope from where it folded over on it. So I've removed all of those on the other ones. So let me see here. This is straight. Okay. So now I'm just going to take that straight. It's all good. No one's going to know that I completely stuffed that up. But let's do our second flap. I'll make sure these are actually nice and hard up to the top here, because I think that's exactly where I went wrong. So I just need this over a titch. I'm just visualizing where that gummed piece is. Perfect. That's great. And then I will just snip off this end, and this becomes a perfect piece for the inside of the card. Everyone was right with that. Great, great, great. So my first card that I'm going to do one each of these cards, and I'm going to keep them this size. And then with another 2 cards, I'm going to cut these envelopes down, and I am going to make them into a standard size card. So I will go through with the sizings of these. I'm pretty sure these card fronts are 6 1/4 by 4 1/4 inches. So when you put the Memories and More 4x6 card on here, you have that 1/4 of an inch edge, which looks very, very nice. So what I can do with this is just pop that on here. Now, do we like the curve? This is my question, because I feel I'm going to need a white edge, which will make the curve a little difficult to use, because this is fading into the background a bit. Hello, Miss Lisa Stewart, how are you? Okay, I've just got a bit of a furry edge here, so I'm just going to get rid of my furry bits, because this is extremely thin paper. So I might actually grab my pre-straightened bit, and because the butterfly is flying that way, I'm going to make it into a landscape card, and I'm going to grab some basic white cardstock, and I just want to match that to start with. Okay, now I need to do some measuring. So this is 5 1/2 by 3 1/2. So that actually works really, really well. So I want 5 1/2. So I want 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. And that will give us a lovely, nice 1/4 of an inch mat. Okay. So, so much better. So much better. I like that a lot. And then you'll see when I pop it, hang on, I've got it upside down. So when I pop it on here, it now pops beautifully because I've got that frame. Okay, so let's get some gluing happening, because the less pieces I can have on my desk, the better. And I've already had to remove glue from me and my mat once today, so I dare say I will probably be doing it again. And I even have some glue on my projects that I have to remove as well, because I did some differently designed ones. As I said earlier, I will be sharing these projects I'm teasing you with in an upcoming video. I'm not sure when the video will go live, but I definitely will be sharing it. Okay, so this worked out the perfect sizing for our project without actually cutting anything down, and it's because the perspective for the envelopes and the cards is actually quite similar. So that worked really, really well. So that is our card. Upside down, upside down, upside down. Quick flick. What did anyone see? No one saw anything at all. You didn't see that, did you? No. Okay. So I'm going to bring in now our pre-made Thoughtful Moments sentiments. Now, I have linked to the video of me making these, and I really do have glue on my hand. It is a real issue today, but that's okay. So these are ones that I made, and some of them I inked with an embossing folder, and some of them I actually misinked, and they have inking on the back of them. But you can all see what I did in the video. I actually really, really like that thank you, just like that. And possibly, I'm just going to flick everything over here just to see what I've got in that grey. I may colour some, I don't know. So I've got the Oh Happy Day, got Thinking of You, Love You, and Get Well in that already coloured ones. So yes, good, great, perfect. I'm going to leave that off to the side. I am just thinking it does have a little bit of a stain on it, but it's handmade. Hey Ida, how are you? Now I just want to, how do I see less of this now? Sorry, I open see less. There we go. Oh no, sorry Ida, I was on Facebook today. The replay will go up onto YouTube later. I just need to find, I'm going to do some sizing here and just see. Oh, I think my 2-inch circle punch with a piece of vellum under it will be perfect. So let's peruse my vellum scraps, and I've actually had some vellum withdrawals. I designed a whole class for this month using perennial lavender, and there is no vellum on any of the 4 cards. It didn't need it, but I'm now here kind of going, I need to use vellum. Thank you, Mon. That's awesome. But this replay, the replay of this does go onto YouTube later this afternoon, my time. So this will go on, just I'm live on Facebook, and then the replay goes up onto YouTube. Okay, so I would like to preserve our butterfly here and just pop this down here in line. No, I think a little down, and I think that might finish this card because it's beautiful DSP, but it is a little busy. So I don't want to overpower it, and I just want to keep things fairly simple. But I do have some ideas on adding something other than a butterfly. Do all the pieces, or some of the pieces won't have a butterfly in it, and I do plan on adding a bird. So let's pop this here. So just add some dimensionals, just to add a bit of something. Now, if I was to embellish this card, I know it's very busy, but what embellishments would you use? Those of you who come here often know that I have majority of embellishments. I just want to support some of these edge, like the ascenders and descenders. I just want to support them so they don't get crushed. And get my take your pick tool, take these off, adhere them. Okay, so I don't think I went dimensional crazy, but maybe you think I have. Have I gone dimensional crazy, or am I just using what's needed? Now it's sticking to my hand. It's stuck to my whole thumb nail. There we go. Gotcha. Okay. That can go up here. Ah, nice, Amy. Basic rhinestones. Margine. Sometimes they are the most overlooked because they are basic. And not in a bad way. But we all want to use something a little bit more. I think that shall sit like that. Perfect. And I'm going to put some very small dots of liquid glue, because normally liquid glue and vellum are not friends together, because the wetness of the glue can often cause the vellum to buckle. So let me just like so. But if we use small dots, fingers crossed, nothing will buckle. That's the hope anyway. Just going to pop these little bits of rubbish that I've got here to the side. Now, the colours in this, I did have a look in the catalogue. So the colours are Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Garden Green, Pecan Pie. I can't see any Pecan Pie in these. There might be Pecan Pie in the actual cards. Now, let me see. Let me find these rhinestones. I've got all the blingy bits at the front, of course, because they're the ones I use the most often. We will get there, I promise. No, basic rhinestones. There we go. I don't think pearls will work. Just seeing if there's anything else, because this is almost, I know it's meant to be a softer Calypso Coral, like a shade of, but it's actually very much petal pink. So I was thinking maybe these ones, they say this one's meant to be petal pink, but I think it's a lot more orange than petal pink. These are the rainbow dots. I don't think that'll work. I'll pop them back in. I've got some basic rhinestones here. Actually, haven't got very many left. I do hope I have another pack. Okay, and I will just put a few around the sentiment just to draw your eye to the sentiment. Okay, so I'll put a nice big one there. Itchy nose while we go. And then, so we only have 2 sizes in these now. We did used to have 3 sizes, but it is just 1. And I'm thinking that cluster of 3 is enough, because we've got the large flower, the butterfly, the sentiment. So we're kind of drawing your eye across the card. So that is the first card. Done. Simple. Oh, good evening, Miss Cindy. Oh, Chardonnay opened. Oh, nice. Nice. I did miss you on Zoom earlier. I was there a little later after you. So that is card 1. Card 2, how are we going? Oh, not so bad. So card 2, I'm thinking we will try and do a portrait card. And that might mean we need to cut this piece in half, because these ones, yeah, they're kind of like, these are very landscape, but if we cut it this way, it still works. So let's do some measuring. Which piece did I want to use? They're 2 bigger ones. Oh, this is the smaller one. That's okay. What sizing do we have here? So it's just shy of 6.5. So if I do just shy of 3 1/4. Yes, I'm working in inches today. Thank you, Bev. I'm glad you like that. So that's 3 1/4. So we're just being rough here. We don't need it to be perfect. Yeah, that's a little bit off, but that's fine. Just going to see if I can get those, just a few hairy bits from the fold. Okay. So I actually like, oh, see, they both actually have butterflies in them. I missed the Calypso Coral one there, but they both work in portrait. So I've got this one, and I'm thinking I definitely, I like the white matte. I think we want to stick with that. Do I have, no, they are basically exactly the same size. So I want to do 3 1/2, and I haven't got the height, but that's okay. So I want to do 3, just shy of 3 1/2. I'll stick it on, and then I'll just trim it, because that sounds so much easier than what I was going to do and get my measurements. Yes, they, oh yes, yes, I do like that. So I'm going to use, I'm just thinking, I think both of them have quite a bit of Calypso Coral in them. But I think if I use this one, I've got a nice space for a small sentiment right here, when this one is a lot busier. Just, you know, thinking out loud. Okay. I do have some nice smaller sentiments here that I can use as well. So I do love that I've got this stash of sentiments ready to go. And even if I wanted to, colour some of my white ones, I've got that option here to be able to colour those white ones ready to go, because I have just the plain white ones that I can colour. Okay, that is not straight. I pushed way too far there. I think I'm going to pull this off and give it a wiggle waggle. Oh, that's terrible. I don't know that that is actually cut straight, but we are just going to work with it. Okay, so give us about that at the bottom. That works fine. No one knows anything except for us. Yes, that would work. I may look at doing that on one of the other cards, but that would work really, really well as well, Monica. No, I'm in a white matte mood, but I definitely will try that, and I will try the brushed brass butterflies. Say that 10 times quick. I think I've conditioned myself to say it over the amount of time that we have had them in the catalogue. Now we want to make sure we're opening the card the right way. Just pop this on here. And the good thing about this being geometric, I can pretty much line it up left and right and make sure it's straight, which I love. I'm thinking of using the happy day about there, and actually I don't need anything else on that happy day. That actually stands out really nicely, like right there. So I'm just going to grab some dimensionals, and I don't even think this one needs any embellishing at all. I think it's gorgeous just by itself. Unless anyone has some bright ideas, which, as you know, I'll be happy to take. But I'm just looking at simple, quick cards with stuff I've already spent time prepping, and these gorgeous cards and envelopes. But the envelope we have cut. There we go. That's better. So these are, this designer series paper is the inside of the envelopes, just in case anyone has come in a little later and wondering where this DSP is from. It is actually from the matching envelopes for this Memories and More pack. Okay, that is card number 2. Simple, beautiful. Oh, that's okay. No problem, Sharon. I'm going to be here for a bit, so hang with it. So I'm using the Sweet Thoughts, Memories and More cards, and I am using, because that name of these not stuck in my brain, the Thoughtful Moments Hybrid Embossing Folder. And I've previously made all of these sentiments, so I'm now just using them up on a project. So far, these 2 cards. Now I'm going to cut down the cards and use them on some of our standard size cards. So these are the full size 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Just let me double check that. 4 1/4. Hey guys, I'm live. Thank you. I got no sorry, Mum, so you know, all is forgiven. None of us have quiet voices in our house. So I have no idea where they get it from, really, truly. No idea at all. Okay, so I'm going to cut these down into standard card fronts for our cards in Australia. So for an A5 card. Okay, so I want this 1/2 centimetre smaller. So So that gives me that bit. So I have more bits to layer and use on the inside. And we're going to go 10 centimeters. And then I'm going to keep this fold in the middle, and I will actually discard this piece. So we have 2 card fronts. This piece has the fold in the middle, so that will go in recycling, but I have 2 card fronts here, and I'm going to do the same with the Calypso Coral piece. So as I said, this piece I can definitely use, and go 10. It was only asking if people wanted lunch. Hey France, long time no see. Yeah, well, it's not actually designer series paper. It's actually an envelope. And these are card fronts, or cards. They're Memories and More cards. But I just love it because they're free. And I can just play and do whatever I want and not worry that I'm not going to have a full set. Okay, so we're not going to put away that because that's silly. We are going to do more cutting. So I just want to take one of each of these just to start with. And so I have this piece here, and they're still working perfectly with our pieces. So so this is the piece that I haven't cut the curve off. So I wonder if, yeah, the curve isn't working because the background is so geometric. So I may just cut this off, because if I use it on a plain card front, it'll be fine. But for this card front, it's just hurting my brain. Okay, there we go. Done. Now my brain will be much happier. I know. So I'll show you. I'll grab out one of the envelopes. So this is the Sweet Thoughts, Memories and More cards and envelopes. So these backgrounds are the cards. And then I will grab out an envelope and open it up. Well, not fully open it. I also showed how to cut one down so you get the most designer series paper out of it. But you can see it's fully printed on the inside. So we're using 2 envelopes. That's all we've done. Yes, exactly, Monica. A white for the curve would look amazing, but I'm not doing that right this very second. I just want to show how to use most of the bits in here. Okay, so I've got this one. Do I want to go down a little bit more? Sorry, I'm just going to put these scraps off to the side. Just thinking. Yeah, possibly a slither more off, and then I'm making some portraits, some landscape cards. Okay. So I just eyeballed that. There was no rhyme or reason in that at all, where I'm just assuming that this is now going to be pretty good. I can't complain about that. And I'm leaving that as is because I am going to be putting it on a white card base. Oh, sorry for hitting everyone there. So I'm actually not going to mat these pieces like I did with the first two, just so you can see you don't have to mat it, but you can get two different looks from these pieces. Okay, now I was thinking that one of the birds might look nice on these cards, but we've got butterflies. So I don't know, should I add a bird to one of these cards or just leave it? Because I was seeing what cute critters I could put on the card. And of course, you could always use this side of the envelopes as well, because you've got this nice inverted pattern of the note cards. They're not even note cards, they're memories and more cards, because they are a very, very different size to our note cards, which are actually a lot smaller than a standard size card. Oh, I think they're eating leftover curry that smells amazing. And I had the leftover curry for my lunch yesterday. Oh, my mum, actually my great aunt's curry. Use a barbecue chicken and you use an apple in the curry. And you just use, like, if you're an Aussie, you just use Keen's curry paste, you know, onion, carrot, that kind of thing. And it's so yummy. So yummy. I didn't have it with chicken. I had some squid with mine, and it was so good. Okay, I think I'm pretty good. Just get that excess glue off my finger, and that's pretty good there. Okay, so I've got those two done. I won't put them on the card base yet, but kind of like the love you. And the shame of this is that I don't know if I spilled something or I got some ink on this. So I do love the thinking of you sentiment, and I'd probably put that like in the middle, and I kind of like the love you for there, but once again I'd probably think about using vellum under both of them maybe. Oh, no problem, Cindy. Do you have the paper butterfly accents? I do, Monica. I'm just not sure if they would be too big. Oh no, the little ones would work perfectly. Look at me putting my hand straight on these. So I'm going to pull these two out, and I'm going to make two more cards after these and use those accents on them. So these accents are from the perennial lavender sweet vellum. So my sheet of vellum is here. I am going to just check and see if we need to go up in punch size. No, that's good. The 2 inch is good for that one, and 2 inch is good for that one. Perfect. Okay. Oh my God, the family are making me so hungry. I have to wait to make my lunch until I'm finished. But hopefully I'm inspiring you of ways you can use these types of products quickly and easily. And I am going to use a vellum layer on the next cards with these. And you can colour these white pieces so very easily with a blending brush or straight with your ink pad. You can also just leave them white like I am. Okay, and maybe I can use a Just White sentiment to go with them, one of the ones out of my dish. Okay, I'm just going to, so I've just popped that directly onto that. I know you can see that, and maybe I've highlighted it more than what I wanted, but it's a handmade card. We're just going to go with it, and I think I'll just stick this flat. And I don't think I need any embellishments, unless I am told I'm going to leave these embellishment free. Although I think I do have some lovely yellow embellishments that would work like really, really nicely. They're daffodil, but I think they will go quite nicely with this. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to need something at the bottom of this Love You just to balance it out. Oh, happy to help, France. We're just going, it's almost sticking and plonking because I've got everything pretty much prepped. I've just there, I'm going for it. Okay, I did want to put this slightly down from the middle, but in the middle. So there we go. And the Love You I'm going to put in a similar spot to the thank you that I did the first cards with. Okay, and then I will split these cards up into a couple of blog posts when I share them. I'm just going to grab, where did I put them? They're here. So these came out a couple of years ago, but these are the glossy dots assortment, and I'm thinking these Daffodil Delight ones will go really, really nicely on this card here. So let's just audition it. Yes, that goes really, really nicely there. And I will use a middle-sized one. And I know for a fact one of my team members have used this pack, and they've on purpose taken that second row, that row off in the middle, and they've done it to mess with one of the other team members who is a little OCD. But that's okay, we love her all the same. So we've just used those, and they actually go really nicely with the crushed curry. So now I've just got to put these onto card bases. So we're going for white. So we're just reinforcing the white that I have here, and I don't have any card bases. So we're quickly going to cut two. Trimmer is having a real workout today. Hey Peggy, how are you? This trimmer has to be the workhorse of my craft room. Every project I am using this, and I just love how beautifully it cuts, unless of course you're not putting your cardstock hard up to here, then it maybe doesn't cut as well. But I'm just going to cut two pieces of cardstock here because I want my landscape card to have a side fold. So a side fold like that, and I want my portrait card to also have a side fold, which means rather than cutting long ways, I'm scoring long ways, and then on the short side I am cutting in half, because I always need card bases anyway, so I'm never sad that I've cut 4 card bases and only used 2. Okay, so this is the thick basic white cardstock. This is thicker than our normal basic white cardstock and is perfect for card bases. It just has that heavier weight. You can stamp onto it and you get a good result from stamping on it, but I find stamping onto our basic white cardstock is absolute perfection, because that is what our basic white cardstock is designed for. It is designed to be stamped on, coloured on, not watercoloured on, but using our blending brushes and our Stampin' blends. You can use it on this, but I just find I get a perfect result most times with the basic white cardstock. Okay, I'm loving that white. You could choose any colour out of this designer series paper, the Calypso Coral, the Crushed Curry, or the Pretty Peacock, and they would all make fantastic card bases, but I just wanted to tie in that white. So white in the card base, white in the paper, and then the white in the sentiment. So that is card number 3, and we will go card number 4. There we go. And I still have paper left from the 2 envelopes I've cut. So I've only cut 2 envelopes, and so far I have 4 cuts. And we've got lots of pieces to also pop on the inside of our cards as well. Okay, let's use our wiggle room here. Loving this. Not quite perfect, but you know, close enough. Let's see. No, I can't wiggle it down. We are just going to ignore that there is a little stain there. So these are our second 2 cards together. And now we will work on, this is our final large piece of designer series paper. So I think this is the one that is just shy of 6. Oh, it's actually just shy of, yeah, 6.5. So I want to do just a smidgen shy of 3 1/4. I can do maths, I promise you. Okay, so 3 1/4. I'm going to go a smidge under. And for this card, we want some vellum. So I am going to go 3 1/2. Yeah. Because this was Monica's suggestion, so we're going to go with it. And I've got the vellum here out on my desk. I maybe cut that the wrong way, but it's fine. And what is this? This is just so if I go 4 3/4. 4 3/4. I am left with a nice piece here. So that can go over there. And I said 3 1/2, so I want 3 3. No, I want 3 1/2. 3.5 by 4 3/4. Awesome. That's great. I've got a little bit of leftovers here, but that's fine. They are very, very usable pieces. So I'm going to get to putting these on the vellum straight away. Okay. Now, tinsy light glue here. Do you know what? I'm actually going to do the right thing and use Stampin' Seal. So just get that moving. A little bit there, a little bit in the middle, and a little bit at the end. There we go. And of course it's going to want to very much stick to my hand. There's one piece on, not perfect, but it's on and down. And I think I might just work out what card base I would like and cut it in half. So just use either Pretty Peacock or Calypso Coral as a card base and cut that in half. Perfect. Okay, let's do some checking about which one we prefer. Because this vellum will, okay, so, oh, that looks nice and moody. That does actually look nice and moody. I'll just check the Calypso Coral. So one will be a get well card because I still have that sentiment to use. I think I like the moodiness of the Pretty Peacock. It's just very, it's allowing the butterfly to pop so perfectly. Okay, pop that back in my little pencil case here. Cut this down, and I think because I've got those 2 card bases already done, I will make one portrait and one landscape. So just then I've got these ready to rock and roll. Or if I hadn't have just done that cut, I could have made these pieces full card fronts. But I didn't think of that, did I? No. Yes, I prefer the peacock too. For this one, my mood may strike differently next time. And this will be great just to have a few girlfriends around, pour a glass of wine like Cindy was having, and just play. Because this is just something fun. It's already coordinated for you. You can grab out the coordinating cardstock as well and have that all ready. Oh, can I do these? No, these really do want to be portrait because of the way the butterflies are going. So just let me go here. So Get Well works actually really nicely size wise there, and then this on here, and we're kind of going in the same direction. And then this one here, let's see what we might want to use. Don't mind that Celebrate, because even though it's white on white, you can still see that it's the word celebrate. And then I could pop this one going in a different direction. Actually quite like that. I still have so many sentiments. So many. Okay, so we've used the vellum not under the sentiments, but under the designer series paper. And do you know what I could do? I could then mount these on Calypso Coral and bring in that Calypso Coral because we've got so much white. Okay, these are going on dimensionals just to give them a bit of a zhuzh. Scissors. Scissors, scissors. We are going quite well considering I showed you quite a bit to start off with here. Need my mini dimensionals here. Okay, let me just pop this up here so you can see what I'm doing here. One there. I think that'll do for that. Yeah, that feels quite sturdy. And the celebrate, which we will just keep white. Does anyone have an opinion on whether I use Calypso Coral card bases for these cards? I just wonder if I would be better to use one of these, or I need to put one right there. Now this C is just going to be hanging. Or what I could do something quite crafty here. Like, not crafty, but you know, all petal pink. Do you know what this is? I'll show you the petal pink. Must be a petal pink kind of day. Hey Ida, sorry. I know you said it was fine. Okay, I'm just going to cut a tiny edge of this, and I can use this on the C. Okay, so that will give, if I start a little higher, that will just be enough, and I can wiggle it around a little bit so that can just pop up beautifully. Just going to no, I'll do it with my tool. Okay, so take all these backings off. But a good use of the edge of our dimensionals is exactly what I did just there. Maybe use, I don't know, I'm right-handed, but sometimes it's just easier to get those things off with your left hand. Okay. So, take this off, pop this, it's not centered, but that's okay. Maybe it is centered because of the T. And then I'm just going to use the tinsiest bit of glue here on the body of here, and I'm going to have it going off in a different direction to its friend down below. So we've got one going to the right and then one going to the left. Very happy with that. So next, going to do our get well. Owen's apparently very excited to talk to Dad about his game. He has such a deep voice for an 18-year-old kid. Okay, yeah, fair enough, Monica. Look, we will audition both and see how we go. But I did choose Petal Pink this morning, which was kind of not the colour I was thinking I was going to use this morning. So I kind of want this one just to look as though it's landing about there. So once again, going in opposite directions just to add some visual interest. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit down there. And right there. Okay, I'm going to get Calypso Coral, and lucky they sit right next to each other. So I'm going to put one with Calypso Coral. I do agree, it is maybe a bit of a high contrast, but I'm not sure Petal Pink is the correct colour. But then it does work, and that was my quandary this morning. I think that looks much softer, and it does work in really well. Just let me check this one, which has more pink, and it works really well. Mon, you were exactly on the money, my love. Just let me grab a whole piece. Now I'll be using even more Petal Pink. I'll let you in on a secret. This is my least favourite Stampin' Up colour. I just generally think for projects that I'm doing, if I'm looking for a standalone pink, this is too orange for my taste. Awesome teamwork. I love the teamwork that I have here on my lives. It makes them fun. But yeah, it's my least favourite pink, and it's not a go-to colour at all. I think I would actively avoid this colour, and when we had the colour refresh, I was shocked that this colour stayed. I love Bubble Bath. I think it is the perfect pink. For this project, is it the perfect pink? No, but for a go-to pink for me, Bubble Bath is the perfect pink, but this has to be this, and I used to love Flirty Flamingo quite a bit, and I find it a bit fluoro these days. I'm definitely more into the regal pink, so I do love Berry Burst. I'm back in love with Melamambo. And then going into our purples, even Moody Mauve. I am a lover of Moody Mauve. It is a peach. Really, Linda? Hello, Linda, by the way. So let's finish off these last two cards. Can you believe these cards are cards 5 and 6? Oh, damn. No one saw that, because would you believe that even dropped on the card front? Okay, I am going to pop that card front down. I'm going to grab some hand sanitizer, and I threw my cloth somewhere because it was so full of ink. It's just down here. Hand sanitizer. And we are going to clean this glue off. And I do have a bit of glue there from earlier. There you go. There is no glue left on my glass. That is how easy the glass mat is to clean. I will use, just use my finger for the moment to grab off the majority of that glue. Now, it doesn't matter which card front goes on here, but I am going to go back in with our Stampin' seal. Just a little bit in the middle and then on the end. So we're not making a backwards card or a left-hand opening card. And that can go just like that. I'm going to fluff our butterfly leaves. We're going to ignore that that is actually crooked. But that's fine. Only we know, and that is okay. When did you sneak in, Linda? Or did I miss you saying hello earlier because I was busy working? It's always hard to balance being live and chatting with everyone. And I know you know the struggle. Okay, so we've just got these. And I think because we're not seeing a whole lot of the petal pink, it works well. And because it has that peach undertone, it works even better. Oh, okay, no problems. So if you hang for a little bit, I will show you all 6 cards that I've made using the Sweet Thoughts Memories and More cards and envelopes. So this designer series paper is actually from the envelopes. I don't think we need bling. I think I'm going to leave those 2. But what we have been left with, so these are like my final pieces. Would you believe I had these 2 pieces over there to use and I haven't? But that's okay. That's okay. So I have all of these pieces that we can use for inside cards. So let's go for it. That would go nicely like that. I'm just going to use my Stampin' seal because it is so quick and easy. We'll just adorn the inside of these cards and use up the scraps that we created, because as my dear friend Lisa Cece said not that long ago, she likes the idea of a no scrap card. And other than those 2 card fronts, and I don't call those scraps, they are perfectly usable pieces. So they're not scraps. These kind of pieces are definitely scraps and still leave us plenty of room to write on the inside of these cards. Oh, hello, Julie. How are you? Sorry, I missed you popping in there. Okay. And this one, because it doesn't matter what card they go into. And if you want to see how I found and created this designer series paper, that's pretty much the first thing I did at the start of my video. Okay, so these were the last 2 cards. They are now done because we have decorated the middles. These were our middle 2 cards. And these are all standard. These are all standard cards. So there is, these are standard half A4 cards. Which colour did I use? Sorry, this is, that is that. So we are matching here. And I'm just going to go like this. That is not straight. No, that's just going to stay crooked like that. And I am totally fine. Okay. So I've just got that little piece on the inside. Now, I have a fold in this piece because this is a card front. So I'm thinking of just popping this across the bottom. Okay. And let's see if I can get this a little straighter. So I just want to be on the right hand side of the fold so the card still closes. That is a little bit off. That is straighter. Just give that a snip. Okay, and 2 more cards to go. And these were the first ones that we did. So these are using the full Memories and More cards. So let's see. I may be left with 1 full piece. And that's okay. I am totally fine with that. Actually, was this one of my... Yes, this was my first one. I'm all kerfuffling myself now. Thank you, Monica. I think Lisa, when she watches this, will be quite chuffed that I've gone through and used all these pieces. Okay. Just giving this the tinsiest of snips. And really, we can't call this piece scrap. Okay, so that matches that. And then we have this piece. And I will go through and explain what I have done just in a second when I finish these off. Oh, no problems, Mon. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for your suggestions. They were very helpful. Love teamwork. Makes the dream work. Okay, this is going to have a little bit of glue on it. But that's okay. So, what I have used for all my sentiments is the... and I always forget this name, the Thoughtful Moments hybrid embossing folder. So in the comments, I have linked the video where I created all these sentiments. So I just went through and used these today because they were pre-prepared and ready to go. So that is what I use for my sentiments. And I have used the Sweet Thoughts Memories and More cards and envelopes. So you can currently earn these for free as part of celebration, or you can purchase them from the mini catalogue that is current at the moment. Now, these types of things generally do not carry over. So if you like them, grab them. So we've used the cards and envelopes, but you can also get the actual cards, and they have some amazing prints in them. So they come with sticker sheets, and they come with 4x6 and 3x4 cards that you can use for memory keeping. So all the designer series paper I have used today uses the envelopes, and I did show how I cut this down to create these sized pieces at the very start of the envelope. at the envelope of the video. So these come in Pretty Peacock and in Calypso Coral. Same with the card fronts or the cards. So these come in both colours. Okay, so let's have a final closer look at these cards that we have created. Oh, thank you, Julie. It's just a pencil case from a local dollar store style store. I got them from the Reject Shop here in New South Wales. So these are our first two cards. As I said, these are using the 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. These are the full size cards. So that's card 1 and 2. And I did use, pardon me, some basic rhinestones just on this one. And these are cards 2 and 3, where I actually cut down the card bases to be card fronts. So these are standard size cards, and I used some glossy dots, and I used the 2-inch circle punch and some vellum. And cards 5 and 6, I have brought in the butterfly accents, and I have used vellum as a mat for the envelope paper. Yes, you're in New South Wales, Julie. Sorry. Yeah, I got them from the Reject Shop. But in all truthfulness, Julie, I have seen them in my local dollar store that isn't a chain. They have very similar pencil cases, and I also store my 6x6 designer series paper in them as well because it keeps them dust free. So these are the 6 cards that I made today. If I minus my chatting at the front, I made 6 cards in an hour and a half. So if you want to see how I created these sentiments, don't forget the video is linked in the comments. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask. I also have my shop link in the comment in the description, and you can earn these cards and envelopes, or you can purchase them, whatever works best for you. I'm happy to help, Julie, no problems at all. Thank you so much, Margine. Thank you everyone for hanging with me. I hope I've given you some inspiration, and I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Yes, do enjoy the start of the video, friends, and I will see you on the replay, and I'll see you over on YouTube on Thursday at 12 noon or on the replay. Have a wonderful couple of days, and I shall see you soon. Bye.